Alright, so let's talk about what happened. So the car went to the tuner, it's back for now. So let's kind of go over some of the things that I overlooked, some of the things that we have changed, and as well as some of the things that we need to change or are about to. So one of the first things, actually I can pull it out and show you guys. Alright, so one of the things that I did need was an intake. It was one of the last things I was waiting on. Had finally kind of got one piece together and everything. Just so I had something for now. I was planning on getting like either a ZL1 or a CTSV intake at some point because they work on these. The issue is the one that I put together, basically it's just this cheap thing, just something to get me by. But the issue is this boot, because there's really no structure to it. It was just going to start collapsing and restricting that airflow as the supercharger brought in air. So the boot was no good. I did get this piece for the actual mass airflow sensor because I did upgrade to a card style LS3 air filter, mass airflow sensor. And so I got this piece. However, what happens a lot is because it's metal, and then where the actual mass airflow sensor bolts in is plastic, and actually you can see it's already starting to separate there. So basically that allows airflow to go in that's unmetered. So we're ditching that thing, and I'm gonna go over some other things. So this is the intake that's on the car now. I had it fabbed up. Has a boot here, but because it's not as big, this isn't gonna collapse. There's just no way for it to. So got that. This was all welded up and everything like that. The sensor is underneath, so it's nice and welded and everything. Let me see if I can get some video of it. There you go. So there's the actual mass airflow sensor, and then the high airflow filter. I did have this mounted before, like turned around, but with the air filter there, it just wasn't really gonna work with this. So it's just there for now. I'm gonna figure something out with it, something else. But for now, it's fine. It's not leaking. It's not gonna go anywhere. So that's all I care about. Next up, so being an L4, mine's a drive-by throttle or drive-by cable. So I got this bracket. It's from Motion Raceworks. It's actually a very nice bracket. Comes with this block-off plate for the supercharger and everything. The problem is with the LS1s, when you put the LSA supercharger on it, you don't get the throttle cable far back enough to actually keep tension on the actual throttle body. So we ended up having to, there we go, drill a hole and then basically pull it forward even more, push it back even more so that it kept tension on the actual throttle cable. So that's where we're at with that. Another thing, I didn't have a catch can before, so I'll show you that. It is a Mighty Mouse, so it's one of the nicer ones. The reason why you want to have a catch can, especially on a boosted application, it's because you're going to have extra crankcase pressure, and if you don't relieve that pressure, then it will push oil past the rings into the cylinders, and you're burning oil and all that. So And you can also blow like gaskets and stuff like that, like the rubber gaskets and everything. So did a catch can. It was something I was planning on doing anyway. But it was just kind of like, I don't want to say I was forced to. It was just something that made sense, and I would rather do it than blow out some kind of seal somewhere and then have to do that and pay for that and everything and then still get a catch can. So just went ahead and did that. The biggest issue that we're having right now, there's actually two things. One, when I got this throttle body, this was actually a Jegs throttle body. So not horrible quality, not like super nice quality either, but it was something that was going to work. It came with sensors, both of these. So you have the throttle position sensor and the idle air control sensor. Well, these are both Chinese sensors. Apparently, GM does not, or GM vehicles do not like sensors that aren't General Motors. That being said, this idle air control valve does not work as it should. So sometimes when you go to start it up, it starts up fine, no issues, and you're good. Other times it doesn't. You have to start it, a handful of times, and then once it starts to warm up a little bit, then it'll idle fine and have no issues. But when it comes to trying to tune that and everything, it becomes an issue. So I got a new idle air control sensor. It's coming in tomorrow, so I'll throw that in, so we'll have a good idle, not gonna have issues with that anymore. The next thing, and this was the big thing that kept us from being 100% tuned and everything like that. So when I put together the fuel system, I kind of was doing research on how to do the fuel system because I knew I wanted to do a return type and everything. So I was kind of looking at things, and I guess that the ones that I found aren't true return systems because the fuel pressure goes to the rail, but when you get to the high RPMs, the rail drains and then the pump and regulator can't keep up with it. And so the regulator is kind of playing a guessing game of like if it's going to go high this time, low this time, whatever. So that may also be faulty, but we're going to see about that because at least it's holding pressure. It may be a little more or less than we need, but it's not something that's going to cause a catastrophic fail. So our plan going forward is to replace the fuel rail that's on there currently, and then we have upgraded LSA rails coming in. So it's going to be a full crossover system, and then it'll be then a full return system. So as of right now, the rails are on order. I have the car here. It starts, it's drivable. I just can't go full throttle with it because that's where it starts to lean out, is in the top end and when you're heavy on the throttle. So I can drive it, I can start it, get some good days out of it, but I'm not beating on the car, I'm not putting it through its paces. So as it sits right now, that's where we're at. I'll be going back in about a week and a half to drop it off. We're gonna get the rails on, get everything squared away, and then finally do the dyno pulls and everything. So we're gonna do 93, and then we're also gonna do some tunes for E85. I already have a container of it, and when I tested that, it tested out at E83, so we're gonna be really good there. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. So I need to get this out of the garage for right now. So I'm going to pull it out. I'll record so you can kind of see what's going on with the idle air control. If it's doing it, it's on and off. So I may go to fire it up and it may start just fine. I may go to fire it up and it's going to do its normal thing. So let me get some stuff out of the way, because I'm going to go through and do a fall cleaning in my garage. So let me get some things out of the way. I'm gonna pull it out, and then yeah, that's probably gonna be it for this video. It's just a small update video, nothing crazy, but just wanted to kind of keep you guys in the loop, because it's been a little bit since my last video and I know you guys are waiting on it. So yeah, that's pretty much it otherwise. All right, see you guys. All right, so you guys think it's gonna start normally, or is it gonna hesitate? Let's check it out. Nope. Yeah, so I mean, it has hard starts like that where it doesn't really want to start and stay running, but then it has starts like this where it gets running and everything is fine. So I don't know. Like I said, I've got that sensor on order, so hopefully that helps us out. All right, I'll see you again soon, guys.